Peace to man, woman, and child. I come in the name of Allah as Father Magnetic, and I'm out here in Baltimore City, known to the gods and earths, as well as other conscious people, as Born Mecca. Now, I'm driving right now, so I'm definitely mindful of how to navigate and the need to, have a watchful eye on the road at the same time. I just had to take a few moments before I actually got to my Justice Cipher Born, or my job, for those that don't understand the language, and just say a few things that's been pressing me, man. For one, this message is for the 85, 10, and 5%. Now, for those that do not know the language, what I'm going to do is break down what each of these social terms mean. And it is up to the viewer to actually keep it real with themselves, to apply those social terms, whatever one applies to him or her, or he or her, as the decree says. Now, I have to build on something that many brothers and sisters see as being a problem out here, not only in Baltimore, but abroad as well. And I'm going to be blunt. I'm going to be straightforward. I'm not, trying to be politically correct. What I'm going to do is address the issues righteously in both languages that people can best understand. For I am conscious of my audience. Everyone that may be viewing this video is not of the 5%, or in the nation of gods and earths, or more science, or the nation of Islam, even Orthodox Muslims and Christians, because many of them know the truth, but as the degrees say, if you're not teaching what the degrees say is the definition to who the 5% is, then I don't see you as being one who is a part of the solution. I view you in the light of one who is a part of the problem. Okay, with that being said, let's go in. Out here in Baltimore City alone, us black men and women out here, we need to stop the bullshit, man. We need to stop killing each other, man. We kill each other at the drop of a dime, at the drop of a nickel, at the drop of a penny. It's easy to kill one who looks just like you. However, when someone of a different ethnic race or ethnic background moves into the community and opens up a store, we support this store, we support their agenda, whether we're cognizant of that or not. However, let a brother or a sister, open the store up and you know, the thing that will be said, which is so often said, man, I ain't fucking with them, man. I'm going to Mama, you know, and Mama is a store that, it's an eatery. And one day I went inside of this store to get something to drink, and I asked the lady, excuse me, what is your name? And she, you know, act like she didn't want to tell me her name. You know, my persistence got her to tell me what her name is, and I began to, from that point on, address her as the name that she gave me, as opposed to Mama, because you're not my mama, you know, not even historically. So, in looking at that, how is it so easy? And this is a question that we need to think about. How and why is it so easy for us to kill each other, man? And it's not just affecting us as adults anymore. Man, we killing the babies. Three-year-olds have been brutally murdered. Brutally murdered in the course of 45 days. And we call ourselves men. We call ourselves women. Men and women protect the babies. How in the hell even those with this knowledge of themselves and say they be God? Well, the lesson says that the Holy Quran, the Bible, was made by the original people, who is Allah. So the original people is Allah. So why don't Allah or God love the babies? You know, why is it that God, you know, just speaking about us, are killing the babies? Really think about it. Because if the original people is Allah and we killing these babies, what kind of God is that? We know better than that damn mystery God that doesn't even exist. You know, but that's just one of the questions that I wanted to ask, because I'm about to go in my Justice Cipher Born and get to work. However, throughout the day, I will be recording to finish this video, but I just wanted to give the viewer a brief idea of what the video will consist of. Us killing each other at the drop of a dime, at the drop of a hat. Man, we just kill each other, man. Senseless killing, you know, senseless. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna break here, and I'm gonna get into the justice as I park, and I'm gonna pick up where I left off. Peace. Peace. This is Father Magnetic. Peace to all the gods and the earths, and peace to all the 5%ers, the 85 and the 10% out there, all across, wherever this message will reach. Today, I'm on my Justice Cipher Born, on my job. I'm located at 1329 West Baltimore Street at Essentials Hair Care Beauty Salon. Shout out to Sister Andrea. Thank you for the opportunity of you know, taking care of my family. You know, that's what we need to do more of, give each other jobs out here. You know, shout out to my co-workers. I'm here with a really cool gentleman, Brother Troy, and I'm just lacing them up today. But I felt the need to make this video to catch me in a raw moment right here. No script, unscripted, you know, everything is live right here. You know, this ain't Hollywood. You know, so my message is for the 85, 10, and 5%. And like I said, I encourage whoever in here, if they have questions, any questions dealing with anything I'm saying, please feel free to ask the questions. And also, your input is very, very welcome in this video. You know, it's each one teach one. I don't have answers to all of the problems that we suffering from. The reason why I wanted to make this video is because of the things that's going on, not in just Ferguson, but all around the country in the black communities, man. And like I said, this is for the 85, 10, and 5%. And first and foremost, before I go any further, I definitely want to give honor to Allah, who we call our Father. You know, I also want to give honor to Noble Jew Ali, the Honorable Miss Louis Farrakhan, and all of those that are out spreading the message, and as well as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, etc., etc. It's too many people to name. You know, I just like to extend my gratitude to all of those, you know, that came along and helped resurrect me. So what I'm going to do, first and foremost, I'm going to break down according to how I see it, and in regards to our lessons, who the 85% are. The 85% are the uncivilized people. And first and foremost, we got to realize what uncivilized means. Everybody is not civilized. Even those that think they civilized are not civilized. You know, what is being uncivilized? Being uncivilized is not known. The 85% of the uncivilized people, poison animal eaters. Now, what does it mean to be a poison animal eater? One of the most poisonous animals that we love to consume is the pig. Show them that book, Candace, please. The pig. And this pig, like we were discussing earlier, they use the pig in many, many ingredients in the food. You know, but we love pork. We love pig feet.
Love that bacon.
Pork chops. We love that bacon. And a lot of us, we grew up on it, and we have the nerve to say, well, I've been eating pork all my life, and you know, my grandmother, they used to eat pork, they didn't get sick from it or die. But see, it's not like just because they ate the pork that it won't hurt you. You know, just because your mother or your grandmother or your grandfather have smoked before, that don't mean smoking is good for you. You have your own life. And the reason why this animal is poisonous is because this animal, although, you know, people may justify by using biblical verses, the pig was permitted or prohibited by the Creator. You know, so right there, for those that are of whatever religion you may hold or believe in, is both in the Bible and the Quran, not to eat pork. Even though it has a split hoof, it does not chew cud. Now this was the law in Leviticus, because Leviticus means law. So this was the law, you know. So you can check it out for yourself, but you can do your own research on pork and the danger and detriment of eating pork, because it has a worm called the trichina worm, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. I used to eat pork. I used to tear that pork up, boy, that pig feet. hog mugs, chilling, spare ribs, smothered in gravy and this and that. You know, I used to eat it too. And you know, you have people that eat pork and they may hear this and be like, I ain't listening to what he say. But when that doctor to tell them, you know, you gotta calm down with that pork, they know, the doctors know how detrimental the pig is. They know, because it's high in sodium. The pig does not sweat.
Don't have no sweat glands.
It has no sweat glands.
Just pus comes from the, what is the bottom of their hooves?
Well, not the bottom of their hooves, it's their leg. That's where the pus oozes from. So this is, you know, the 85%. The uncivilized people, poison animal eaters. And pig is not the only animal that's not really good. A lot of what I'm saying on this video may not be taken with open arms, but I gotta speak the truth regardless of what. You know, and what I'm speaking of is not to attack anyone, but I can show and prove. It can be validated through historical fact.
Right.
Things that I'm saying. You know, that seafood is not good for us. You see, a lot of it's like that shrimp. I used to love the shrimp. You see, the shrimp is really good.
They are.
You know, but it's high in cholesterol. You see, we got to take dietary precaution when we do things, before we do things. You know, so not to take up too much time, the 85% of the uncivilized people, poison animal eaters, slaves of a mental death and power, people who do not know who the true and living God is, and they worship what they know not. Those who are easily led in the wrong direction, but hard to lead in the right direction. And why? Because they uncivilized. And like I said in the beginning, uncivilized means not knowing. So that's why they're easily led in the wrong direction and hard to lead in the right direction, because they just don't know. That's why they do the things that they do. That's why they slaves of mental death and power. And we gotta be real with ourselves. You know, many of us fit in that category. And these are only social terms. It's not who you know, it's not an attack, name calling and things like that. It's a sociological term. You know, just like black or white. And we'll get into that a little later. The 10%. Who are the 10%? Who is the 10%? 10% is the rich slave makers of the poor. These are the ones who teach the poor lies to believe that the almighty true and living God is a spook. It cannot be seen by the physical eye. Now, no disrespect to no one. The reality of it is, this is what we're being trained to believe, that you can't see God, that God is in the sky, that God has omniscient, omnipotent, omnipotent, basically, these powers. Now, let's look at this for a minute. The people that taught us about the God that we worship, serve, and believe in are the same people that beat the hell out of us for hundreds of years. How can I prove that? Okay, check this out right here. When we go in the church, the average church, and we see the fans laying on the benches, and we may see literature, things like that. When we see Jesus, Jesus is a white man.
Basically how they feel. That's what
okay.
So what they doing is they telling people to do the ALS challenge and you know, and donate.
I understand, and that's what's up, donating, you know, for a cause like that. You know, at this point in time, and not to take away from anything, because I didn't know they used to kill the slaves like that. That's wild, man. You know, in addition to that, man, we need to donate our time and effort to saving these babies out here. That's what we need to donate the most, our time. See, a lot of people can throw money in your face and just give money as if they've done something. That don't mean that you really, really care because you gave money. That could be a tax write-off. You know? So let's not be, see, that's the 10%. That's why I was saying they the rich slave makers of the poor. And like I said, when you go into church, and first and foremost, let me say this. This is how psychologically bound we are by the chains of psychological slavery. Let's be honest. If you was to close your eyes and someone said the word God, in your mind, if a person can be honest enough with themselves, in your mind, you won't see a white man. In your mind, I'm just being honest. Because that's how powerful that is. The 10%, these are the preachers out here, not all of them. Some of these preachers out here that got these big old cars. You know, these mansions, these mega churches. See? And they got a show now called LA Preachers. You see, and these cats on here are wealthy. And where they get this money at? Not all of them started out with that money. They got it off the labor of the people. What do you need to pass around the collection plate for? You see, if you turn your community or your congregation into a socialist economy, everybody will help each other. What I mean by that, let's say if I was a preacher and I passed that collection plate around, what I would do is I would look around the church and see who needed the most help first and foremost, and that money that we just collected, that's going to go to whoever needed the money the most.
Some places do that.
Sometimes they do.
They do.
That's what's up. And guess what?
And they don't tell you who gonna get it, or you know when you gonna get it. They do it privately and then they give it to you.
And that's what. But you know what?
And then the church will pray.
You know what? Raven, that's what they supposed to do.
My church do.
That's what they, and that's a good church right there. That's a good church right there. That's what they supposed to do. Now, is what I'm saying an attack on the church? No. No. See, right, I'm stating the facts in regards to how we would train to think about God, man. We godly people by nature. They the ones that needed God, but they lied to us and said that missionaries were coming around to civilize us. Really what they wanted to do was Christianize us. You see? That's why many of us are Christians today. Why? Because our mothers took us to church. Why? Because our grandmothers took our mother to church. Why? Because our great-great-grandmother took our grandmother to church, who took our mother to church. Keep going back. You're going to go back to the plantation. You see? They taught us, like, watch the movie, what's that, Rosewood?
Yeah.
Watch that movie. After they beat a nigga and hung a nigga, they went to church on Sunday. and told us, right, the same ones who told us about this God. See, now I know God. I don't believe in God. I know God. You see? And there's a difference. Because I'm not going to let some Johnny come late people come tell me about something that is in my nature. I'm godly by nature. And that's what they don't want us to know. Because if we knew who God is, not was, if we knew who God is, they wouldn't make money off of us. And that's what they want to do. For the Christians, you know, it'd be good to dialogue with some Christians that know the origin of tithing. Where did that come from? 10%. I'm talking about the 10%. And you give 10% of your earning to the church, but you're giving your 10% to the 10%. See, 10%, 5%, 85% are social terms. See, they know who they are, right? So these are the ones that teach that the almighty true and living God, the spook, cannot be seen by the physical eye, otherwise known as what? The bloodsuckers of the poor. We already broke, and you still want more money? You keep passing around that collection plate for what? For what? And as the Sister Raven just stated, not all churches have that feed mentality, because that's what they're doing. They're stealing from the people. They're stealing from the people, man. That's just how it is. They're stealing from the people. And anybody else that's doing it, whether you Muslim, Christian, Catholic, Jew, if you're stealing for the people, from the people, you're wrong. You're not for the people. If you're stealing from the people. You know, so who are the 5%? Who are the 5% on the poor part of this planet Earth? They the poor righteous teachers who do not believe in the teachings of the 10%. See, they brothers like myself that's going to teach the truth wherever I am. Not to indoctrinate, not to proselytize, not to convert, but to educate. You see, we all wise and know who the true and living God is, and teach that the almighty true and living God is the Son of Man, supreme being, black man of Asia. You see, that's something that we cringe at when we say that the black man is God. Oh my God. You said that the black man is God? How can the black man be God? God is in heaven. You see? But they can tell me that I'm the devil. A preacher called me the devil one day. He said I was the devil. If you're telling me I'm the devil, I can't be God. But I can be the devil, but I can't be God. See, we got to watch the people that come into our houses, right? Because these people that we let into our houses infiltrate our mind.
Okay.
See? And the reason why I say we got to watch the people that come into our houses is because we got the devil in our house, Ray. You know that? The devil in our house. I'm going to tell you why the devil in our house. The TV. That's how the devil communicates with the children, through that TV. Now you got all these freakish videos coming on. They're preparing your mind for all of these things that are really an abomination. You know, all of these things, man. So, in addition to what I said, supreme being black man of Asia who teach freedom, justice, and equality to all the human beings of the planet Earth. Otherwise known as civilized people. Also as Muslim and Muslim sons. Now that's somewhere that I really don't want to go right now, you know, because I want to stay on track. Now that we've gotten those things out the way, Candace, Raven, anybody else, are there any questions?
Mommy, don't give up, Pop.
No question.
Okay.
Don't give up, Pop.
And I want y'all to have questions, because I don't want y'all to take nothing I say on face value. I don't want y'all to believe me. You know, no, I'm just saying. I want y'all to have the same knowledge that I have, if you want it. You know. However, we gotta realize, outside of here, there's some people that don't want to know none of this. So here we go with what I really wanted to get into. Police brutality. How the police are killing us in our own neighborhoods. These are the same ones. The police out there, y'all that's doing this to the community, y'all devils. Y'all devils. And the reason why I say y'all devils is because the definition of what a devil is, right, is a wicked individual. You see, the devil, or Satan, however you want to say it, right, is evil. And y'all doing evil things. Because y'all are abusing y'all authority. That's what y'all doing. And many of y'all that's out here doing this claim to be God-fearing people. See what I'm saying? But y'all killing the youth. See, we killing the same people that we supposed to be serving and protecting. It's about these babies out here, man. You know, it's about these babies. I don't want no officer friendly coming up to my child. I don't want my child to think police are good. I don't want my child to think that, because even though I know not all police officers are bad, however, like y'all tell the gang members, like y'all tell the street thugs, and whoever else y'all want to give these negative names to, one bad apple spoils the bunch. You see? So y'all making it bad. Y'all got a bad name, the police. The police. You see? And I encourage women, whatever y'all may be going through with y'all male friends, y'all male counterparts, and you might feel as though, you know, first and foremost, no man is supposed to abuse his strength by physically beating on a woman. You know, we know and understand we go through trials and tribulations in our relationship, and I encourage the sisters, don't call the police. Don't call the police. Defend yourself. If he beating on you, you see, if he beating on you, and you gotta defend yourself, when you pick up a knife and stab his dumb tail, do what you gotta do, sister. Because he's not supposed to be doing what he's doing. But don't call the police. See, because calling the police, you are taking the power from the man that you sleep with, eat with, drink with, pray with, lay with, whatever. See, and you put it in the hands of a stranger. See what I'm saying? The police is supposed to serve and protect. And there is something that the officers, they take an oath to do what's right. See what I'm saying? One thing I understand, right? I understand what's going on down in Ferguson, right? There was a time when something could happen to someone in Mississippi, and the black people, the original people, would feel that shockwave all the way in Connecticut. See, we lost that bond with each other. See, no doubt about it, some of the same people that's protesting down in Ferguson right now may have heard of other people going through similar situations and really did not care. That's how it is. We don't care until it hit home. I'm not saying that was justification to kill that young man. What I'm saying is, we gotta really stick together and be real with this thing here, man. Because it's really us against them. You know? So, I just want to be honest and open to let people know everybody talking about change. We gotta change, we gotta do this and we gotta do that. Change begins within oneself. Change begins at home with the babies. You see what I'm saying? So don't expect society to respect you if you have no respect for yourself. You know, these things are crazy, man, that's going on. Even in Baltimore, you got brothers just praying on each other. Praying on each other. Yo, don't come on my block. Yo, this is my hood, this and that. Yeah, okay, this is where you was born at, but this ain't your hood. This ain't your hood. If it's your hood, what property do you own in your hood? Now, because this is your hood. So what property do you own in your hood? This ain't your hood. This the Asian man, this the soul hood. This the Greek man, this his hood. You see what I'm saying? This the Latino brothers and sisters hood. New York fried chicken, it's their hood. You see what I'm saying? What store is anybody else coming to of yours? Where your store at? Because I'm saying, you on the block, I mean, you trapping, and this is for my young brothers. Don't get trapped in the trap while you trapping. You got brothers, man, you got into the game, they got married to the game. Let's say you married to the game, huh? If you married to the game, tell me when the game said yes.